it's great to see you here once again on Dee's Delights. Tonight we are going to be making French onion chicken. We're going to be doing this in a skillet. So let's get everything ready. You're going to need 2 pounds of Vidalia onions sliced. Guess what? They were all out of the Vidalia onions. So I am using yellow onions. Won't be as sweet, but that's okay. That's all right, I hope. 2 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken breast or thighs. I prefer breast over the thighs, so that's what I'm going to use. 2 cups of beef broth. I'm going to use Campbell's. Great for cooking broth. No low fat, no nothing like that. Use the great for cooking. 1 cup of Swiss cheese grated. That would have been about 4 ounces. Of course, I am using 6. I went ahead and grated it myself. 1/3 cup extra virgin olive oil. Well, today I just have regular olive oil. Oh yes, wait, no, it's not extra virgin. It says extra light taste. 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. 2 teaspoons balsamic vinegar. I like this brand, Market District. 1/2 teaspoon dried thyme and 1/2 teaspoon dried sage. I have neither, however you say it, I have neither of those. So I will be using 1/2 teaspoon of rosemary and 1/2 teaspoon of Italian seasoning. We'll see what that does. Kosher salt and freshly ground pepper to taste. Well, I do have kosher salt, but I don't have freshly ground, so I'm just going to use a little bit of pepper and I'm sure it'll be fine. So what you're going to want to do is preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Heat 2 tablespoons of oil in a large oven-proof pan or skillet over medium heat. So let's get that started. Okay, so go ahead and get your 2 pounds of onions ready. That's going to be about 4 medium-sized ones. I have a small one in there. As you can tell, I'm getting impatient. I can't see, my slices are getting thicker. Woo! Add onions with salt and cook, stirring occasionally for 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of salt on these. My chicken breasts are so huge since I buy the cheap kind. So what I'm going to do is place, look at that. That probably weighs 3 pounds in itself. I actually had it weighed out before I put them in the freezer at 2 3/4 pounds. So I'm going to use it all. So let's put a little parchment paper underneath and a little parchment paper on top. And that way I'm going to pound them down to a more manageable size. And then I will cut them into smaller pieces. That'll also make it so it doesn't take so long for them to bake. Okay, so that got it down into a little bit more manageable pieces. My onions are definitely soft. I've been cooking them for about 20 minutes. They're not brown, but I think the balsamic vinegar will help with that. So I'm going to put about 2 teaspoons in. We're going to cook those for about another 3 to 5 minutes. All right, let's remove our onions from the heat. We're going to put them in a medium bowl. Next, we are to heat remaining olive oil in a skillet and raise to medium-high heat. So probably about 1/4 cup of olive oil, 4 tablespoons. All right, let's go ahead and season our chicken. So salt, pepper, thyme, and sage. What you're going to want to do is turn your skillet up to medium-high heat. And you are going to sear on both sides until golden brown. Probably a few minutes per side, we'll see. Now they're not done cooking yet, but they do look yummy. All right, so next it says, pour beef broth into skillet mixture and bring to a boil. Have your flour ready, your 2 tablespoons of flour. Because once that comes to a boil, we're gonna whisk in the flour, we're gonna turn the heat down and cook it for 5 to 7 minutes. You'll want to also scrape down the sides a little bit. You want all that little tasty goodness to stay in the pan. Let's turn it down to medium-low, and then let it cook for another 5 to 7 minutes and let that broth thicken up. Try to get it all mixed in there so the flour's not in such big clumps. So next, let's return the chicken and onions to the pan and stir together with the beef gravy. Next, we'll put our chicken back in. Kind of let it nestle down in there. Let's just stir, put a little over the top of the chicken breasts. And then we're going to top it with the cheese. Now remember, I have 6 ounces instead of 4, because that's just how I am. Then what we're going to do is put it in the oven until it is melted, bubbly, and the chicken is cooked the whole way through. Make sure your chicken is about 165 degrees. So we'll see. And remember, your skillet will be hot. So let's put it in. 350. I'm going to start with about 15 minutes. Mine took about 25 minutes to reach about 165 in some of the bigger pieces. So let's see what we got here. Oh my goodness. Looks delicious. Now remember, it's hard to remember that your skillet's hot. So I'm going to put that back on the stove. Yep, it's done inside. See if this is a Dee's Delights or a Dee's Duds. And the sweeter onions would have made a little bit of a difference, I'm sure. I guess I could have put brown sugar on them. Not bad. Chicken's nice and tender. You can spice your chicken up any way you like. If you have any other seasonings you'd like to try. Tell you what, I think I would caramelize my onions in a little butter and brown sugar. I think that would add just a nice touch. But no, I'm enjoying this. This is good. So yes, I could recommend this meal. I would give it an 8.7 out of 10. So thanks for joining me here once again on Dee's Delights, and I hope you have a great week, everyone. See you soon.